All right. Welcome to another live stream with Trade with Tayyib. And first thing we did is open an ad. All right. This is gold. Gold has retraced down quite a bit from its high of 47.50. Yeah, that was the high back in this was Monday. It looks like we're still retracing down. Daily. I mean, honestly, there's a possibility we could come back up for the flip. Yeah, we're starting to form some sort of resistance, some sort of support. 1 hour needs 30 minutes to close. 15-minute. Let's do some analysis. Let's do some fresh analysis, right? See, on 15-minute, there's a lot of chop, but what I would want to see on a 30-minute candle is for it to close above this area, for price to continue to push up to this, which on the 15-minute, yeah, it looks good. And then 15-minute would have to close below this area. Yeah, see, on a 30-minute, it looks so much better. So on 30 minutes, it would have to close below this area for price to continue to push down. So let's see how we break out of this consolidation. And as the breakout happens, I'm going to take the trade. Tracker. Bob 12. Trade analysis. 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 Everything is red. Everything is red other than Tesla because it hasn't opened. But in the pre-market, it's also red. And it is red, yeah, about 1.61%. Then just a fucking nosedive all the way from there. That's what, 24%. Jeez, gee. 20. When did it touch $8? Damn, touch 8.2. Nice. The good thing is that it has been creating higher highs. ZEC, on the other hand, has retraced down only 16%. Weekly for gold. See, on a weekly time frame, which means that each candle that you see here is 1 week worth of time frame, is describing some sort of support that is you can see right here. As you can see. So on weekly time frame on gold, which is 1 week of, let's see, can I draw? Like, let's do snippet draw. Okay. So on a weekly time frame on gold, which is each candle that you see here is describing 1 week worth of time frame, we are creating higher highs, which means that you have one higher high here. Let me highlight it in yellow. Actually, let me see. So on the weekly time frame on gold, which is what you see here, as each candle is describing 1 week worth of time frame, we are creating higher highs, right? So I could see possibly for gold to break above this area and continue to push up higher as an upper leg. So we could possibly go back into the 5,000s on gold in this week or next week for price to continue to maintain below this and then have another drop down to fill this wick. That will be some sort of long-term analysis, but we could see the 5,000s in a week or two. Okay, let's do one more. So on a weekly time frame on gold, which means that each candle that you see here describes 1 week worth of time, gold has been creating higher highs, which means that you have created one low here, higher highs, higher. So on a weekly time frame on gold, which means that each candle you see here describes 1 week worth of time frame. Mm-mm. So on a weekly time frame on gold, which means that each candle that you see here has 1 week worth of data, we are creating higher highs, right? So I could see possibly gold to break this area and continue to push over about 5,000 price point within a week or two. And then we could be getting ready for a longer term bearish bias for gold to continue to come down to retest its lows. But for immediate short term plays, I would be anticipating bullish movement on gold. And if you want to get ideas like this, follow Trade with Tayyip. 9, 9, 20-ish. Gold weekly analysis. 5, 12. Alright, let's take a look at 15. break and close above 3706 47. Imagine 37 4706.08 30-minute break and close. And we do another one here. Break and close below 4693.91 30-minute. To red. See, we're at a resistance level, and what time? Yeah, we are. Yeah. How's the price moving? So what? 30 pip. That's not bad. That's 100 pip move. That's perfect. I'm anticipating a trade today. We should be able to take a trade today. Yeah, there's a wick on the left-hand side. There's a wick on the left hand side, and it's the last 15 minutes of 1 hour. And the 30-minute has moved up. So I'll watch and see how it plays out. Ideally, I would want it to close like this. If we're going to continue to push up higher on a 30-minute time frame, I would want it to close above 47.06, just the way it is right now. The next candle to wick down and continue to push up higher. With volume, it should take the price up to 47.15, because technically there is no resistance on the left hand side. It should continue to push up higher. $16.40 ish. 30-minute buys. I did. So ideally on 30-minute time frame, in order for gold to continue to push up higher, I would want it to close the way it is right now. The next candle to wick down and then continue to push up higher into the area of 47.14, because that is kind of where the price is and there is no resistance. It's clean traffic, right? But it needs to close above 47.06 for it to have a confirmation that the price is moving in a certain direction, right? And then with volume, we should be able to drive up to these areas of 47.15. If it, on the other hand, if it closes below 47.02, let's say here 47.02, 47.03, then there is a possibility we could retrace all the way back to the bottom of the range, which is 46.94. So that's why I'm waiting for the 30-minute to close in the next 10 minutes to kind of give us an idea which way the price is going to break out. Ish. That's a nice color bike. Hmm. See, that's a nice bike. It's Kawasaki ZX-10R in like rusty color, rusty gold. Very nice. Price is trying to break above its own high. See, if it closes the way it is right now, that's fine. The 30-minute, the next candle should have a wick down, and then as it's breaking above its high, that will be the trade that I'll take for price to continue to push up. 30-minute break and close above 47.06. Because that will give us a confirmation on 1 hour that we're not only forming some sort of support, but we are breaking above this resistance, and the next area of target can be hit. Everything else just kind of depends on volume, how the volume will play out. Because there's a possibility, right, that we didn't break below the daily candle. This could just be a lower wick of the daily, and we could turn this current candle could turn green. But this area is something to watch for. And I believe that is, yeah, this wick. So on the left hand side, this area is very, very, very choppy. Bitcoin daily. Hmm. I could see Bitcoin retracing down back again to like 80,000 and then maybe continuation to 75. Ethereum just consolidating. There's nothing else, just straight consolidation. Each candle here is 1 day worth of time frame, worth of data, I would say. This is weekly. See, anytime there's a candle like this where it's just all green, unless there is so much volume, which means that volume could be driven by anything fundamentally, could be financial news, could be just their currency is doing great. This candle could flip bearish. There's literally no lower wick. How's silver? 84. Okay. So 30-minute has closed above this area that we talked about, right? Now I'm gonna go into 15-minute to see if there are any possible trades. Okay, 15-minute. Let's see how this 15-minute candle moves. Don't want to enter too quick. Okay. Point 0.05. See, it's retraced down quite a bit. I'm gonna enter a buy right here because the idea is for the price to not break below its own low, break below the previous low. So, okay, let me make this a little bit better. All right, so I've entered into. Okay, there it is. So I've entered into a buy right here on a 30-minute time frame because the idea is for the price to not break below its previous candle's low. And if it does, then my idea of buy is going to be invalidated. And for price to continue to push up higher, so as it is going to retrace or it's going to reject this area, and if it converts this if the candle continues to push up higher, then I will add another position. This is 15-minute time frame. We still have 5 more minutes. All right, we're retracing back up. About 20 pips in profit. Nah, son, that's 100 pips. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Depends on how this 15-minute closed, I will manage my trade. At this point, I'm going to bring my stop loss to the break even. So this is break even. Nice. Can we get a flip? If we can get a flip, that would be amazing. If we can get a flip. Right now we're looking at 15-minute time frame. And I'm going to bring my stop loss in profits about 400. Yeah, perfect. Can we break above this high? Okay. As we broke above the high, I entered another buy. For price to continue to push up higher, because at this time Okay, I'm out of the trade where I bought from the bottom of the wick and sold it at the top, and I also bought at the top of the wick, which hit the stop loss. So this candle is going to retrace further back. What I could have done better is for me to take profit and let the price continue and give us a better direction. So that was a break-even trade. Hmm. Let's see, what are some of the news events for the day? I'll just rather look at it from Forex Factory calendar. Oh, we have core CPI data coming in at 7:30. I'm gonna go in and a buy, give my buy another chance because it tried to break above this area and the targets will be around here. Mm-mm-mm. there's not really a way to manage risk at this time. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Enable to connect. Yeah, hit stop loss. That's not good. What was it, 19 minutes? Or is it... No, it's not 19. Say like around 40. Gold buys. 5, 12, 52. Alright, CPI data is coming in 5 minutes. Let's see what Don Vu is doing.
0.3. Previous was 0.2. So I think they're expecting positive, right? As long as it's above 0.3, it'll be positive, and then if it's below, it'll be negative. So that's how you read it. In terms of like how it affects the markets, I will have no clue. Like if it comes up positive for the dollar, then you're assuming gold is gonna continue down, right? Because it's XEU USD. But there's no guarantee, right? Sometimes it could be whipsaws. So my best advice is just to like approach news in terms of just volume, right? So look at it from just a volume standpoint. Like you're looking at your price action, you're looking at your plays, right? Your breakouts, whatever. But you're taking advantage of the volume from the news. So whatever it comes out as, positive or negative, doesn't matter, because it's going to give you these breakouts, it's going to give you these pullbacks, it's going to give you these higher lows, lower highs, to give you information as to where it's going to go next. Unless you're like really trying to trade, you got like Bloomberg Terminal, and you're trying to trade like immediately as news comes out, or if you have Bloomberg Terminal as news comes out. But I'm not. I usually just take advantage of the full of the volume, so I just trade the same way I would trade any other day in the markets. Your strategy in general is price action. Price action.
4 minutes for CPI data to come in. See, if the CPI data comes in negative, then I would assume the gold should hold this support and continue to push up higher. If the CPI data is positive, which I believe right now, this gold move all the way, back down, it is grabbing liquidity. So the CPI data might not be good, and we're grabbing liquidity to continue to push up higher, because the news hasn't come out yet and we're going down. Let's see how it goes. 30-minute closing bearish. 1 hour, we are still open. See, all of this candle, the current candle, could just be a wick for price to continue to push up higher. 4 hour, let's see. 4 hour is still bearish. Got 2.5 minutes.
46.80, 47.20.
It's crazy having the fans number 1, number 2,
47.31, 6.
just like hanging off your balls. Drop a
1, 2,
like.
3, 4.
I wonder if he
4
even
zones.
knows
Okay.
them.
So this is nice
If he
volume
does,
right
then
here.
that's great.
A little
If
bit of
not,
volume coming.
then that's crazy. I don't understand the people that go on and just, try to be the number 1 fan. Maybe if I get it, it'll be different. But no, still, it's weird. "30 seconds." Damn, son. Yeah, this was good because gold.
Coming in. 2 minutes. That's good. So is gold gonna continue down? Following low. So this is when you'll get volume, or at least continuation of volume. So it can break below, come back to the range. It can break below, hold. It can break below, just drive. It could break up, back to the range. It could break up, continue, right? But that won't, none of that will happen unless you tap into these blue lines here. This one at 47.20 and 46.80. Looks like it's continuing down here very nicely. Got a nice top wick there. Continuing down now. Let's see. So 46.80 is your next zone, which is roughly there. What is the record? I update the record. Cool. Yeah, 46.80. How much range is that? That is 90. So let's see if that could make its way down. I think below there you got, what is this? 46.06. Also no bottom wick here too, so it could be 4663. I'll leave 665. So what was that? Like 90 pip candle on CPI. Sometimes it could be like the volume could shift in a little later into this session. Did your leg candle yesterday? Yeah, it was yeah, it was a day of like kind of, especially on a trading view. What does it mean for you know bottom wick or top wick? Just potential chances to create a top wick towards those areas. Depends on like how I'm using it. And like if I'm looking for damn, if I'm looking for continuations down towards 46.65 on the way down, right? So like I'm looking left here, like at the next zones. So there'll be cases where I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm looking at something, let's say at 4667, 4668, 4665, 4666, right? Let's say it's just in this area. So if I'm looking towards that area, then I'm noticing on different time frames, like let's say the one, there's no bottom wick there. I'll just kind of average it out to that no bottom wick zone. That could be a pretty key level. So I just like round it to that area if it's like near, you know. If it's like here, no top wick, you know, like it's not like every time I see a no top wick or bottom wick, I'm already assuming that that's what's gonna happen, where you're gonna come up, tap that area and fill it. It doesn't always happen. It depends on like kind of where we're sitting in this scenario. But if I were to see like, for instance, this right here, what I think about that, probably nothing, unless like you want to look at it from, this is a range, this is your support, this is your resistance. If you get a false breakout above this range here, maybe you can tap into that zone right before getting a fake out. But I don't think we're like looking for much in this area right now anyways. So therefore this high here, or this no top wick zone, won't be too relevant for me right now. But like, let's say you were to continue coming down here, right, as you approach below 4680, then yeah, like I'll start looking towards, oh, okay, so we have a target area next here. I can use this as like a target area, right, a no bottom wick zone. So it depends on like where we are. But you don't want to just like blindly look at like not like kind of a no top wick candle, just be like, oh, it's gonna come down to tap that zone, or it's gonna come up to fill that area. The same way with the leg candle too, right? We're not looking for like, oh, leg candle fill, we're expecting a wick fill. It's like we want to pay attention to the way it comes down, right? So we still need those like leg candle formations to form and structure and all that. But like, yeah, that goes with everything. You don't want to just blindly look at it. Like for instance, head and shoulders, look at the head and shoulders. Oh, look at the head and shoulders. Like there's, you know, things that can go with the head and shoulders too. Still holding the lows there. Came up, made a lower high, minor lower high. Like for instance, this, right? If I'm looking at this no top wick here, that could be something, right? This is like a range. You made a high here. If you continue to break these highs, you're gonna come into that range. So it just depends on how you want to look at it. Charts are blurry. They are? I don't see. I don't. Is it trading view? Let's see. Looks fine to me. What's up, Mac? What's up, Addy? Damn. We got 300 in here. 300 before 8:30. CPAT was up. Was OP, $40 1 minute candle. OP for real. Very OP. Very, very OP of a candle. Looks like a buyer's trap is unfolding. I'll look for shorts today. Thank you, Lotus. Oh, here we go. Coming up to break the highs. So yeah, unfortunately we couldn't just push down there like 85 pips there. So it's still within the same ranges. He said nowadays every candle is typical news candle. Yeah. I wouldn't say that was like that OP of a push though. Like I think this is just like if it was OP, we wouldn't be in this range though. Like we didn't really do much. Like I don't think anything happened in that candle there. Like when you came down, it didn't really do anything significant as well, right? It just kind of came down, made like a lull, didn't break any lows. It broke like maybe this small time frame structure, but maybe before 9 you can break out of this area. It's looking like a decent day though. Like I don't think it's gonna take too long to give us opportunities today. How many traders online? 190,000 traders online right now. Everyone trading CPI. Everybody trading CPI. What's up, Benzo? Feeling that 30 lead.
See, as the price has moved from my initial analysis, now the resistance area is this here, because price went up, didn't break, or did, well, I would say didn't sustain this area and came down, which means that this resistance was formed on the 15-minute time frame, and this support will be formed in the 15-minute time frame as well. So the new support and resistance will be updated to the most recent resistance and the most recent support. So in order for price to continue to push higher, it would have to close break and close above these areas for it to continue to push up in the 4700s. I think we're getting ready for price to continue to push up. Nice. I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, and for the next candle, I would want for price to wick down and then continue to push up higher in something like this, right? Something like this. That is what I would want for next candle, next 15-minute candle to do. And that is going to be my trade once the price comes up back to the 47.08 area. That is going to be the buy. Enter into a buy here. Can we get a break above? Nice. Nice. I'm going to bring the stop loss to break even, and I will close this position full here. Perfect. That was quick. Perfect on analysis. Alright, that's good. Let's log that in. 116. Yeah, this was Well, let's see if I got an email. Okay, the password has been reset. Dominion Journal. Let's see, which account is that? Mm, 'Good stops, late exits, poor stops, missed. 8 minutes for this 1 hour candle to close. 876. Fast money, 83% negative. That's crazy. Yeah, fast money, 83% negative. You can subscribe to any of these. We have swap avoider. Anything with these funky names, they're deep in the negatives. Printing profits. This is good. You know, one of the best ones I like? Leadership challenge. Just lost the challenge. One of the best ones I saw here is this one, this gold trading. Because with data, they have traded 2,238 trades. I don't know why they only have 2 followers. Their performance fee is low. It's about 15%. I'd say, yeah, it's good. 15% is good. Win rate is good, but max drawdown. The only thing here is the max drawdown is a lot. Like almost 60% of your either position, but I'm assuming that's not just position, but that's like your whole account that's going in drawdown. Overall, the profits, that speaks for itself. So if you're a high risk trader or somebody who can, you know, work manage high risk mentally, you should be with them. Medium, high. What is this rating here? Medium, high. Is that 45 trades? 36% profit. This is also really good, but this is 50% performance fee. So this is Dominion Markets. You can subscribe to these accounts and it'll basically trade for you with a performance fee and you'll split. There's so many more. It's 97% total profit. This is also really good, 30% performance fee. But the thing is, they've only taken 12 trades, so you don't know how they're gonna come out. Like this one, this could have been like 90% profit or 100% profit back when they started. Five, 12, 20. Oh, whoa. Let's see how we close in 15, 2.5 minutes. I think we can remove these now. Overall, this session's just been chop. Like, it's just been chop. It was not a good price action session. Maybe around 8. So when this happens, so overall, this session has just been consolidation. There was no good price action for traders to trade. But usually when this happens, right now is what 8 a.m. almost. So usually, if this is what the New York session live beginning is around 9:30, I would say in Central Standard Time is when you'll see a clean move because the clean move is still pending, and I do believe that we should be able to continue to push up to these areas. That could happen in the next hour or hour and a half, but so far it's just been chop. No bottom wick? Just straight to it then? $57 pips. I do want to see a bottom wick to form. 1 hour closed, yeah. 4 hour, oh, 4 hour closed bullish. Damn, okay. Mm, fuck it, we ball. Alright, I've entered into a 15-minute trade. 15-minute, based off a 15-minute candle for buys. The max stop loss I'll have is below this previous candle's wick for price to continue to push up higher. Okay, you can keep going up. This is enough. We don't need too big of a wick. What the helly? This is a retarded ass price action, bro. Price didn't break above. No, price didn't close above. Man, that's some bullshit. Alright, I've entered a buy here because the price is overextended to the downside. And I'm going to be aggressive with this trade. brother. What is going on?